Okay, so I just wanted to make this really quickly. I was putting my cards away and I'm like, okay, I'll just pull one quick card. I'm like, oh, I hope. Whatever. Because I didn't want to make a video, but it was like, I don't really want to pull a card because then I feel like I'm going to have to share it. But they, for whatever reason, the Gem Oracle cards were calling me, so. And that's my magical original deck, first deck. So I was like, okay, Archangel Gabriel, you give me a message. As soon as I said that, as soon as message after I said that statement, as soon as I was done saying the word message, this card flew out. And I already know this card because it's lapis lazuli, and my dad used to be, well, both my parents into jewelry making, and so that's where my first love of stones and all that came from them. My mother made beautiful things, her own cabochons and everything. My dad could make the like wedding ring stuff. I mean, so my mom's stuff was really good. I'll just say. My dad would even attest to that. That's that Virgo energy. um, which is interesting because Mercury is on this card. It's the element of water. The gem is lapis lazuli. The asana, the yogic pose, the asana is the warrior pose. It's the throat chakra, Vishuddha. And the number is 28. So 2 for partnership and balance. 8 also represents that. 8 is also a karmic number. And 2 plus 8 is 10, which is perfect. 1, singularity, and 0, masculine and feminine. You and God. So self would be 1 and source would be the 0. Okay, the womb. So this is very much cosmic contact and communication. Okay, so Mercury is the astrological sign that's on here. And the chakra is the Vishuddha, the throat chakra. Okay, so this is cosmic contact. This is a karmic card. Karmic. Okay. It's alliances. Cosmic contact and communications. Knowing that our actions, everything about us has repercussions. Okay, so it's aligning with that vibration of being stewards of the earth. It's very much being in tune with fairy and animal medicine. Okay, being the protectors, the stewards. So I'll just turn the light on for a second and show you the card, and then there's a little joke. I wasn't gonna share it, but I'm like, it's kind of funny. It's kind of crude, like left brain, like my style jokes, like man jokes, I guess you could call them. I don't know. So, okay, I'm just gonna show it now. Okay. Okay, so it's from this deck. And the card was that one. So there's the sign for Mercury. And my brother was just talking about alchemy. Had the constellation chart out tonight. Yeah. Because I kept interrupting him with my emails while he was making his video. That was funny. Well, I didn't want to bug him, but I'm just saying. Turn your shit off when you're making a video. So here's the yogic pose. Okay. That's the warrior pose. And it's so funny because earlier I was getting was it love is like chest? Something was like chest, like positioning, like like jousting. I'm like, no, not jousting. What's it called? Like fencing. Yeah. And then look at the pose. It's just like total. I had a friend in high school, close friend, who she kind of her parents had like a vineyard and kind of had some money, like a ranch, you know. So she was kind of, you know, had some extras. So um, it was cool staying out at her house. But yeah, she did fencing. I was getting sidetracked because I was in my third eye vision. I was just imagining being at her house and then the pool out there and everything. And then, you know, just whatever. We did cool, fun craft stuff and like. And she had like the mill house too, which was like a couple stories thing. It had like a just like a single bedroom with a bathroom and um, big giant bed, so we could both fit in there. I spent the night out there a couple times. I don't know. My foster mom was kind of strict and whatever, like just rich bitch kind of. It's so funny how these people who are so into their looks and money and all that, and then it's like they end up fat, bald, all this stuff. It's just like, she's like overweight now, got implants. It's just like, I'm not judging people. I'm just saying it's like, these are the ones who have judged me and stuff. Okay, this is what I'm saying. You know, and I'm just trying to be good and live right. Just be left alone. I leave people alone. I just want to be left alone. Oh, right? People poking at you and stuff, it feels like. So, anyway, this is your cosmic family. This is karmic relationships coming back into alliance. This is the warrior pose, okay? You're strong. You're speaking your truth. Vishuddha, throat chakra. I forget how many petals are on the throat chakra. I think there's like 24. I'm not sure. Yeah, and then water. Okay, so very much the womb, divine feminine. This is cosmic contact and communication. And let me just see if there was. Oh, it calms you, especially anger and menses, like menstrual cramps and stuff, and the symptoms of that. So, I know my whole life I've had really bad problems. That's why I took the pill at a very, well, as soon as I started having my period. It wasn't about being sexually active. I wasn't sexually active for a few years after that. It was all because my period was so extreme, painful, even with the birth control. So I could only imagine. That's why I have it now. I'm dealing with enough illness as it is, but yeah, black cohosh, I'll tell you that. My foster grandparents go up to Mendocino, and whenever I get bat medicine, I think about them, because the bats would always come down, especially the barbecue, and be like cooling off. It would be on like the side of the house, or maybe when they would start at the barbecue or something, whatever. The bats would, you'd start seeing like all their shadows and off out the window, and they'd be all coming down and flying around and stuff. It was out in the town of Mendocino in Northern California, right there on the they lived in a nice house. I love visiting there, but anyway, one time I had really bad cramps, and my Grandpa Cordova he gave me some black cohosh, and I'll tell you what, I think that was the first time I had it, and I'll tell you what, like, as soon as that stuff hit my bloodstream, and he's Spanish, and his wife's Portuguese, so my foster family was half Spanish, half Portuguese. And then, like, the cousins and stuff were, like, you know, because most of them married, just white people or whatever. So I think my foster dad, though, James Wells, yeah, he was very dark. There's some kind of connection with him, and he was a twin, and there's just some soul family I know, because out of all those people, he was actually the only one I really liked. My foster mom got divorced and remarried, and but yeah, I really missed him. When they got divorced, I didn't like how everything started going. Um, yeah, he was a good man. Physician at Kaiser, loved Bob Marley, smoked a little bit of cannabis, keep it mellow. Um, I think he smoked cigarettes off and on, and she quit. But so they were really good. They didn't do drugs or anything like that. They were good parents. But nobody's perfect. I can't compare to the situation I was taken out of my home, so I can't. But they were my parents. They didn't have a responsibility to take care of me, so they did a pretty good job. Even with all the, but that's only because we're living our lives unconsciously. We don't even know what we're doing. So yeah, stewards and protectors. So calms, especially anger and Menzies. So I was just bringing up like the Menzies and then the anger. Yeah, a lot of anger issues. A lot of people have felt a lot of injustices that they never really felt vindicated over, because just all kinds of little things added up where you knew you were right, but you just let it go and let people believe they were right. I remember dealing with that a lot with my foster family, because it was just like, you just don't argue. Like, I don't know, that wanting to be right thing or something. I've come across that. When it's just like, okay, I'll just give for an example. Okay, it's a stupid, and I'm sorry, I don't want to go off on that. I was gonna make this short. Okay, so we were watching and this is back in the days, like, gosh, probably not even. No, it was the 90s, yeah, because I think I was in 10th grade, because we were living in Windsor at that time in the new house and everything. So, but we still had like the older TV and whatever is like VHS tape that we rented. Okay, so it's still like it's not like the movie rental places are all up on the DVD yet. And so it's kind of, or it might have even been on TV. So it's kind of, the credits aren't very clear. But I knew in Commando. Okay, who's the little girl in Commando? Everybody knows. Or okay. So they're ganging up on me. I'm there by myself with my foster mom and her son. And they're both saying, and I'm going, Jimmy, that's Alyssa. You love Alyssa Milano. You're like in love with her from Who's the Boss. That's Alyssa Milano. Like, and it was like in two different worlds, just totally blind. Like, I was in a dream dealing with demons who were just like trying to get you to lean in and get sucked into something, and it was just like this vortex. I'm like, just what the hell is happening here? It was so weird. And for this grown woman to be like, oh no, that's the they were trying to say it was, I know this is so stupid, but this is like these little pinpricks throughout our whole lives that build up all this anger. Okay, they were both saying that it was and they didn't even know her name. I'm saying, you mean Soleil Moon Frye? They were saying the girl from Punky Brewster. They kept saying it was Punky Brewster. It's Punky Brewster. I'm like, no, it's not Punky Brewster. And actually, her name's Soleil Moon Frye. So no, that's not Soleil Moon Frye. This is the girl from Who's the Boss, Alyssa Milano. That's the girl in Commando. So that's the movie we were watching, Commando. So anyway, so I finally just gave up, and I'm like, they're like, watch the credits, and or I said that, and they're like, yeah, here it comes, and then it was just like blurry, hard to see, whatever. I'm like, it doesn't even matter. Like, I know, whatever. Okay, so that's an example of just like these little things of just like, and then you just gotta suck it up, because what are you gonna do with it? Where are you gonna go with that? And then when you're that age and stuff, you don't know about releasing and processing your energies and all this stuff. Okay, so man, I keep just listening to that little subtle voice inside me when, like, guidance with my son and stuff, just more and more patience, just anchoring the grace of patience. Yeah, because there's a lot of anger, right, just built up, that's just been layer after layer of just these little pinpricks and little pokes, jabs, this and that, where you never really got any closure or vindication, justification, but whatever. Got to speak your mind, okay? That's why a lot of us have like YouTube channels and stuff. Okay. And this stone really, this reminds me of my dad, because lapis lazuli, he really likes that stone, and so do I, and that deep blue indigo, and I believe my dad's an indigo too, so the Hebrew. That's my human side. Galactica. That's my German name. So this is just a little inside joke. Okay, I didn't want to share this, but this is, okay. It's just funny, whatever. I think it's funny, or, you know, maybe I don't. Maybe it's, you know, maybe some aspect of me does, but... So on the bottom was this fossilized wood, and I said, oh, Taurus. I'm like, yeah, that's big energy. Okay, Earth, yeah. Okay, so I thought of my brother and my dad. But then, because okay, so to be honest, I'm like, I kind of thought the Scorpio card was going to come out because it was calling to me. I'm like, is this a Scorpio going? Like what was on top. That's the Scorpio. And there's only one of each astro sign. That's 16, 4 times 4. Anyway, howlite, blue howlite. That's base root chakra. Look at the pose. I didn't look up the card, but I already know that blue howlite. That's that's the masculine and feminine energies balancing. So it's just funny that, okay, there's a Scorpio card. You ever have wood for so long it becomes... Sorry. Sorry, bad. Tisk tisk. Oh, tiskets, taskets, and hell-bound hand baskets. Okay, so I just had to share that because that was funny. Yeah, 4 times 4. Just look at the pose, okay? Just saying, root chakra, okay. Anyway. Cosmic contact, galactic communication. Alright, that's it. I just wanted to share that with you guys really quick. I'm gonna get back to it. Love y'all. Peace. Blessings.